On this episode of Roach Koach,
Daddy, why do you cry?
Promo code Buzz. Nope, doesn't enough. Yumi. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Roach Koach Podcast, the journey to create the new metal canon. My name is Lorin Kozlowski. With me, the Indigo Angel, Jennifer Socia.
Hello.
And the original Roach Rider, Mr. Matt and
Keep it rolling, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. The episode you've all been waiting for. We are calling it NugFest 2023.
No, NugFest.
Yummy.
And this episode is very special.
Yummy nugs.
Yummy nugs. In front of us, we have a combined 60 nuggets. We have how many sauces here? Like, between us.
We're sitting at 8 sauces a person, if I'm to be believed from what I have in front of me.
Yes. And
Yes.
And long-time Roach Riders and Indigo Angels will know that when we did an episode on Trust Company's first album, I don't remember the name. I'm sorry.
No, let me get it for you.
Please. What is the name?
Is it Dreaming in Black and White?
It ain't.
Oh.
It's The Lonely Position of Neutral.
It ain't, baby. It ain't.
It ain't. When we did that album, a conversation started in that episode about night drive music you listen to when you're out and about. And then that conversation shifted over to what you would eat on a night drive. And I did re-listen to this episode just to get to see where we were at the time. We actually started talking about Taco Bell as night drive food. But then
No way.
But then that's the thing. It's a very complicated night drive situation. You got to stop. Can't move. But if you're somebody who wants to take in the night while enjoying some night drive music, you have to have something portable and easy. And nothing's better than a 20-piece from old Mickey D's. So what we had been talking about for a long time was trying to do a night drive episode. And I want to let everybody know, Matt Nas was doing the work. And I'm talking sweat dripping down his brow, trying to figure out how we could possibly all get into a car with 3 20 pieces and try to record an episode. And you were stressing, Matt.
All I needed was $500.
And so a fun little peek behind the curtain. We were all at our good friend Bob Wick's wedding to the beautiful Natalie about a month or so ago.
Yep.
And Jenny, you and I, we were seated together at the wedding along with Sweet Mitchell and Amy. And we were like, I think you even said well, why don't we just eat the nugs in Matt's basement and get all the sauces? And it was like, yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
And then Matt, you came up to us and you're like, all right, this is what I got. And I'm like, and then I just told you Jenny's idea and you said, fuck my idea. That's what we're doing. And so here we are. We're in the Indigo basement. We have all these nugs. We have all the sauces. I will let everybody know. I went to McDonald's and I said, give me every sauce you got. And they gave me a bag and the guy said to me, oh, you want all the sauces? And I said, all of them. And he goes, well, you're missing a couple. And he threw me some hot mustards. So I got them all. Plus these, we got mac sauce here.
Wow.
And an undetermined sauce.
A spicy, not barbecue. It's not a spicy buffalo, but
because we already have a spice. Yeah, we already.
It's almost like a
buffalo.
Spicy mac sauce.
All right, I'm just gonna dip.
Oh, she's dipping.
I'm dipping.
All right,
dipping.
I'll dip with you.
Okay, I'll dip with you, Jim. All right.
We thought it was cheese at first. That's how wrong we were.
Oh, it's spicy.
It tastes like whatever the zesty onion ring sauce is at Burger King.
Mm-hmm. Or the it's the same type of onion ring sauce taste as I think Freddy's. We're going to Freddy's.
Never been to Freddy's.
Yeah, Freddy's has got a really good hot dog. Killer hot dog at Freddy's. Yeah.
All
right. So anyway, the album we're talking about this week is True Parallels by Trust Company, their second record. But before we get to that, believe it or not, 2 days ago, Jenny, you, me, and Sweet Mitchell went to see Disturbed 2023 Take Back Your Life tour.
Yes, we did.
We went to beautiful Pine Knob in Clarkston, Michigan. We are changed people. We're different than when we went in. Jenny, how do you want to start? Do you want to start with the fact that it took us 2 hours to park?
It took a long time to get into the parking lot and to park, I will say. But that was fine. We had lots of conversation. We were just chilling in the car.
Catching up. We don't see
Yes.
Lorin all the time.
That's
Exactly.
right. People behind us having a bad time. They went through several waves. I could see it. I drove. So the rear view, I could see all of their different stages of grief, of how
Oh,
long
boy.
this was actually taking. But we made it in. We parked in section Z.
Z.
The
Didn't even
last
know.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know Z was a possibility, but there we were in section Z,
Mhm.
and we lived to tell the tale.
So we get there a little late. We, I think, left your house just shy of 6 o'clock, parked the car at 8 o'clock. We missed.
That's ridiculous.
We missed Ginger. Now, the reason we missed Ginger, though, is not because of parking. It is because Jenny has decided she no longer supports women in rock. And I don't know why.
100%, Yeah.
That's 100% correct. You know what? I watched a little documentary called The Red Pill, and honestly, I've been getting away with too much.
I've been saying you need to see that.
Right?
I-
Jenny, now you see what we see.
You ever notice that women don't have any jobs that are dangerous? God.
Oh, never
All right,
thought
just
about
thanks,
that.
Red Pill, just saying.
Oh yeah. So Jenny did not buy any Ginger merch. We did not see Ginger. So if you're a Ginger head, we didn't see him. We cannot comment on the quality of their set. We missed it.
But we do love you.
We love you. We love you.
Regardless.
Jenny does not support women in rock.
Sorry.
The second
We
band,
only support it for sexist purposes.
absolutely right.
That's what I thought,
Yeah,
yep.
we got hotties over there.
And
our bunch
of naughties over there.
Get him over. The second band that was performing, in which we heard but did not see, was Breaking Benjamin.
Okay.
When we got there, I want to stress this place was hacked,
The fullest I've ever seen it.
fuller than Korn, fuller than Incubus, fuller than Incubus Deftones, fullest I've ever seen. Crazy.
Disturbed, Stained, double bill. Right?
No, this is Disturbed. No Stained. Sadly, no
But
Stained.
Stained was touring with them, right?
No, that's the tour that didn't happen. That was the tour that's supposed to happen. That was the dream tour, because that was going to be them doing the Sickness front to back. That's what COVID took from us. All right?
And I felt the pain of that not being the set list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We felt that. We will get to that.
Because I'm sitting here thinking that was the tour. Because Stained is performing places.
Stain's on tour
currently.
with Godsmack.
That's what. Okay.
And we'll talk about there's a lot of topics to cover here. So we, of course, we get in there. There's only one focus. Fuck merch. Fuck whatever.
Team fries.
I had to pee.
Oh,
But then
you had to pee
But
into a cup of
then-
tea.
Oh, and then there was a
I-
there was a fight.
there was a fight in the bathroom. I don't know what it was about, but somebody asked somebody a question and somebody didn't have something in a stall. They were very mad. But then
Mhm.
we got team fries.
All right. Thank God. So there was a fight because somebody didn't bring the cocaine.
I can't be totally sure, but there was an attendant in the bathroom and she and I just made eyes and shrugged. We're like, okay. But yeah, they were mad. They were really, really, really mad. And I was just like, damn, that sucks. Because I'm not mad at all. But something that Lorin didn't mention is that I had eaten half of a Mike Tyson edible. So I was starting to feel pretty good at that point.
Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna Moby Dick this, where we're gonna tell the story of how you chose the Mike Tyson edible.
I don't know how they were chosen. They were just in my home.
Mitch had them.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the long and short of it. Mitch was like, "These are
real knockouts.
these are they literally
They're called knockout bites.
knockout bites, and they literally have it's an ear with a chunk missing as if Mike Tyson's bitten an ear.
Chef's kiss
Yeah.
for Mike Tyson understanding his brand,
Yes.
but also being way into weed.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
So how potent are these edibles?
So they are 10 milligrams per ear.
Okay.
Lorin and I split an ear. And I want to say I was driving responsibly. I did
Mhm.
not eat this until we
Mhm.
were
rock.
firmly in park in
Mhm.
Lot Z.
Mhm.
Lorin and I split one, and Mitch ate two. I think he ate two.
Mitch
whole
can
ones.
apparently eat them like chips.
It makes
That's
no
direct
difference to
quote.
him.
I can eat them like chips, and I was like, "What?"
He did it.
What? He did. He just popped them it was unbelievable.
I don't. He's
Yeah,
he's
one on one.
unflappable.
he just did it, and then and he also I just want to mention this. He's so funny.
Oh yeah.
He's just so funny. Yeah, Mitch is very funny. Something
He's
else I
so
mentioned.
funny.
He was just funny. He was cracking me up the whole night. So we then get the team fries, and they're
Very good.
very, very good.
Lived up to your memory.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and we and then I think you guys got a cheeseburger, right?
Oh yeah. We all got cheeseburgers.
We all got cheeseburgers.
I know this is what everybody wants to know.
This is
about.
what everybody listen. When we posted about this, every comment was team fries. Okay,
Right, I saw
every
that.
comment was team fries. Everyone was like, "I hope there's some team fries." One guy said team fry, pick a team fries. It didn't happen. We didn't take a pic of the team fries because we were too busy consuming them. So while we're eating, we can hear Breaking Benjamin crush.
Yeah, they were well received.
Yes, people were losing their minds. There'd be like this moment, like there'd be a pause, and then everyone would scream, and then it'd be like boom, and then you just see these lasers. So by all accounts, Breaking Benjamin rock.
They broke.
They broke.
Heroes of the night.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like people, that's the thing. It was already full for them. So people were like ready to rock.
Well, they are well established. They are a very established band.
They got a lot of albums.
They've been out
We had enough
for a
time in the car that I was able to read through all their singles and see if Mitch recognized any of them. Which he said he recognized what? Dear Agony or something? Or The Diary of Jane?
Yeah, some diary of
Yeah.
someone's diary.
Someone had a diary. Yeah, because then a song played that I can tell you did not sound any different than the other songs. And Mitch is like, oh, this is Diary of Jane. And I was like, take your word for it, Mitch. Take your word for it, buddy. So we consume our food. We're feeling great. We then go to find a place to observe the impending Disturbed set. We get to the top of the hill, and everyone's there's no space on the top of the hill. Like, we were like teetering on the edge. So we get over to where there's pavement on the hill, and I think we were just like, well, we can see the screens. That's kind of the best we're going to do.
Yeah. We didn't look hard.
Yeah.
I will say we found a place that seemed fine to stand, and we were like, all right,
This is it.
this is the place.
We did, and then we just, did a time to lean, time to clean situation. But, we didn't have to clean anything.
Thank God.
Disturbed go on promptly 9 o'clock.
I would say yes.
Very dramatic open.
I don't remember any of the songs that they played, but I remember that Draymond walked out dressed like
Jenny.
me. He was dressed like me. He was wearing all black.
Okay.
And he was wearing a very long black duster that looked like a cape, but it was fully a sweater duster. Like, I have that out. Like, I was like, that is how I dress.
We were freaking out because I was like, he was spinning in it
yeah.
as he went across the stage to show it off. And I'm like, he looks, well, yeah, you said, I turned to you and you're like, he's dressed like me. And I was like, he also could be in Wilson Phillips' Hold On. Like, also how he's dressed.
Which is how I dress.
This is how I dress. What did you say? Well, you're like, he looks like he could sit down on the couch and start folding laundry right now.
Yes, he looked so cozy, but the way that he like spun around with his duster, like, I have done that. Our good friend Tom Novick always makes fun of me for having a duster. And so I spin around in the duster whenever I'm wearing it and I see him. And so I just felt very like, it was just very funny to me. I was like, great job, Dave.
So, as Jenny said, she does not remember any of the songs. The opening song was Hey You, which is from their 2022 album, Divisive. We have not covered this album on the show. I previewed some tracks on my drive to Jenny and Mitch's house. So I was like, I know this one. Not a good song, not the worst song they did. But definitely set the stage for the night in a lot of ways.
Yes, they seemed tired, but they were at work.
Mm-hmm.
So here we all were together.
Yeah. Draymond would do a fist pump throughout the night. That workmanlike is the only description I can give. Like someone was in his ear going, "Pump that fist, pump the fist."
Oh, yeah. Did he have like one of those bracelets that shocks him every 10 minutes to remind him to smile and pump his fist?
He might have. So this is the first 6 songs. Hey You, Stupefy. We're very surprised because I had read that Stupefy was their closer. So they did it second, and Mitch turns to me and goes, "All bets are off." Stupefy just went second. What do you think could happen tonight?
Mitch calling it from space.
Calling it. 10,000
tonight, about to get crazy.
He wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong. 10,000 Fists, Prayer, Are You Ready, and Bad Man. Bad Man is also from Divisive. I also turned to Jenny and mentioned, said, I listened to this in my car. I'm familiar with this song.
Meanwhile, Jenny is like, which one is this?
Every Disturbed song is him coming out and going,
yes, every song.
Like he could have just been, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to sing a new song.
Oh,
Matt.
Matt, we're going to get into David Draymond's speaking voice.
Yeah.
Because I would say up to that point, I think our vibe was a little bit of like, oh no, well, I think we'd already made the decision. I turned to you, Jenny, and I said, these guys, great at their jobs.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job. However, this sucks.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Like
Wow.
literally like Draymond, his voice, incredible. Sounds like the album.
Yep.
And he's not lip syncing. He's doing it for real. Dan on guitar, which we know all their names because they all got solos.
Everyone got a solo.
Everyone got a solo.
You know.
All
right.
Yeah, all of those guys are doing the work. The stage show, real fire. So much fire. Which I did read recently. That's all Draymond. Draymond was like, when we make our budget, I'm always like, more money for pyro. So all the fire, that's David. So you got pyro, you got all that. But it sucks. Like,
yeah, it's just the energy is just like, we've been doing this for 30 years, 20 years, whatever. Oh, it's 20 years, the turn of the century, as they say.
That's right, the turn of the century. That does, yeah.
Yes, they emerged at the turn of the century. But yeah, it was just very like phoned in, like technically proficient, but just very phoned in.
Yeah, and like they didn't, and then they would do stuff like I don't know how many times I saw Dan Donegan like point out somebody in the audience and be like, yeah, like he's like pointing to the fans. And anytime they cut to the fans are losing it. And I can tell you, everybody around us truly losing it.
Yeah, they were.
They were
shaking it. Were
they down with this?
Yes, deeply,
Yeah.
deeply.
Just wanted to see if they were down with this.
Okay. So at this point, though,
Wow.
there was a vibe between us, an unspoken vibe, but a vibe between the three of us that we could just go.
Yeah.
We could
yeah.
leave. And I think if the next thing hadn't happened, we would have left.
Yeah.
But then the next thing happened.
All right, so you've teased me enough. What happened?
They stopped playing songs.
They stopped playing songs. And Mitch had said, I hope we get some kind of like a little video with the guy.
Yes.
Like at a Rush show where you get like little interstitial videos. So this thing starts and it's the guy.
It's the guy.
But it's also like a paragraph of text. And it's like...
It's being read as if it's the guy saying it, but it's clearly Draymond.
And it's like, everyone is having a bad day, a hard time. And then you're like, okay. And then the next one, it's like, and everybody has an invisible battle that they're fighting. And then there's another one.
Yeah.
And it's like, these pains that we feel are felt by all of us and silently. And then there's another one. And it just keeps going. Like, you'll think it's done, and there's like a pregnant enough pause that you're like, okay, and and furthermore, and it just keeps going. And that was when I really realized that these knockout bites were
doing their job,
doing that, like the team fries and the knockout bites were just like mingling together, and I just started to lose it. Like, but the subject matter just kept getting more and more serious. It's like addiction has killed so many people, and depression and like suicide and all the stuff that like I fully agree like has touched my life, is very serious, and it's like all about how like you are not alone, but it just keeps going, and every time it's like funnier and funnier and funnier to me, and I was crying because I was laughing, but everyone around us is like deadly serious about it.
So I am literally weep with laughter, but I'm covering my mouth. I'm trying to come home. Covering my mouth because I am like,
I know where you are.
I'm like,
you're surrounded by
people.
And
I'm also like thinking like someone like if someone realizes that we're like laughing at this,
that's what I'm saying.
Kick our fucking ass.
Yeah, this could get you. Like, this could cause a scuffle.
Fully.
And so there's so many pregnant pauses. And at one point I'm like holding my mouth, and then it's silent. I hear Mitch go, and I lose it. And then I am laughing so hard. And then I look back at you, Jenny, and I want to stress everyone, Jenny's face was glistening with tears. She had been laughing so hard and crying at this hysterical never-ending speech that then is intercut with a video speech from Draymond.
He comes on at the end. You think it's done, and then
because they go back.
They did go back. It was so long. Like I fully,
it's at least 5 minutes. At least a 5-minute video.
I'm fully like, hell yeah, you've got this platform. This is a very real thing. It impacts you. It impacts your fans. Like, hell yeah, that is cool. My God, it was so long. You get like 3 or 4 slides, you're out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was just, oh my God.
So much text. And then they come out and they do the song A Reason to Fight, which is a song that David wrote about people that he'd lost to suicide. They perform this song.
So this is, we all realize, this is fucking heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And delivered by David Draymond.
We're not even to the best part.
Oh my God. No, keep going.
Okay. So they do A Reason to Fight. The tail end of Reason to Fight, I see on the screen, I gotta say, the camera work being done by the Pine Knob people, real hit and miss. Sometimes they would just show the bassist for like 3 minutes straight. And I was like, okay.
They tried to go in the bass drum at one point, and it was really funny.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
They ran through all of the effects filters that they had. So it's like, oh, now everyone looks 3D. Oh, now everyone looks like they're in a Virtual Boy. Like, they're just running through them. So at the very tail end, though, I see David's face, and he looks legitimately pained. Like, very upset. All black except for the spotlight on Draymond. He takes the mic, and he says, I took my son on the tour with me, and I was afraid. I was afraid to bring him up because I didn't want him to see how I am after I sing this song. This is how David Draymond talks the whole time. He talks like a Disney villain. He's Gaston.
He was like, for several weeks, I've been on this tour, and my son said to me, Daddy, why do you cry?
I gotta tell you, I think I hopped up in the air when he said daddy the first time because I couldn't fucking believe it. And he said he cries because he misses all the people that he's lost. And obviously, very valid thing why he cries.
Yep.
And then he brought up it again. I think he said daddy like 3 times.
He was like, yeah. And he was like, well, son, I go back to when I felt this way. And my son said, Daddy, it's okay to cry. And friends, one night this past February, I almost joined them.
And people went, boo.
They booed that he was feeling suicidal, which, like, again, my God, like, I get it. And I'm like, yes, like, it's just the way it is delivered is so, it's just funny. And then he was like, and do you want to know why I didn't? And he puts his finger up in the air and he goes, my son. And then after a long pause, he goes, and each and every one of you. And everybody goes,
We did. We saved Draymond.
and then
he says, this is, he says, I bet you when you bought this ticket, you didn't realize you were going to take part in the world's largest therapy session.
that's right.
And then he said, right now, I want to see a show of hands. Everyone who has dealt with depression or suicidal thoughts in their life.
Or addiction.
Okay.
Which was a tough thing to bring up at like 9:30, 10.
Definitely.
On a Friday.
On a Friday. And everybody's raising their hands. And then Draymond says, look around you. You're not alone in this battle. And I'm like, this is a good sentiment. And then Mitch overheard an all-timer.
That is true.
Do you want to do this one?
Sure.
Okay.
So Mitch was, because he and I are such kindred spirits, just listening into everybody else's conversation.
Ear hustle game on point.
Incredible.
Oh, 100%. But I didn't get this one.
I
And so
missed
it's
it too.
important to have
Yeah.
reinforcements. There was like a couple standing in front of us. And the woman raised her hand and the boyfriend was like, put your hand down. You've never dealt with this. And she went, anxiety. So I think they're probably doing great.
Doing great. Doing
And I'm
fantastic.
very sad that I missed that interaction. But
Mm.
then right after that, we go into a really long guitar solo.
It's so long. It's so fucking long. Like, and then out of that, we get Land of Confusion. And then we get David has been going viral for finding children in the pit. I don't know why they're in the fucking pit. And basically
and be like,
pulling them out
are
of the
you
pit.
scared, little
Yes.
girl?
So he goes and he says, I think this kid right here. And they're like, yeah. So they pull this kid out. They pull him up on stage. It's like, are your parents here? They're, my dad. Okay, let's get the dad out. So they pull the dad up on stage. So they got the dad and the kid. And then Draymond says, what's your name? Here, I'll do it. I'll go. You'll be the kid.
Okay.
What's your name, little boy?
Alistair.
Interesting name. Dad, what's your name?
John.
All right, John. Thank you for bringing your son to this. Is this your first concert, Alistair?
No, it's my third.
Oh, well, third. Draymond's a little thrown. Thought he was breaking cherry here. No, he's not. What were the other two concerts, Alistair?
Kiss and Death Leopard.
Place fucking erupts. Draymond turns around, gives the dad a hug. This child gives me hope for the future.
Not an exaggeration.
Sit down, Dad. You're doing it right.
That is what he said. He was just like, great job, Dad.
Great job. You know, a lot of...
Who is Iago and Gaston put together?
Yes,
Yeah,
basically.
basically. Then he says, you know, there are some people out here, even my close personal friend who's in KISS. I was like, fuck yes, we got a live close personal friend.
Of course.
money well spent. I was very glad at this point that we had not left. At this point, I'm like, we're here for the duration.
Oh yeah.
Not going nowhere. And he goes, Gene, if you're seeing this, the future is secure. Something like that.
It's like, my friend Gene says rock is dead. Well, we don't think so, do we, Alistair?
So then
Gene Simmons does not think rock is dead.
I guess he said that, and then he's like, something I said the other night got a little bit misinterpreted. I listen to all kinds of music, but this right here is proof that rock and roll, we have, statistically, it's proven.
It's a fact.
There's data to back this up.
We've run the numbers.
I know it sounds like I'm joking.
We said this.
I'm not
He
joking.
fucking
He
said
said
this.
this. Like, it all just sounds like a joke. In this, like, is
Bless.
taking, we're talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I cannot overstate. This is taking up so much time. And this kid and his dad are just, they have them sitting on this, like, couch, and he just keeps talking about this, and they're just sitting there listening to him talk.
And he's like pointing back at them like, this is proof rock fans are the most loyal fans in the world. And then
That I kind of agree with.
so then he's like, you guys can sit on stage for the
Can I eat a fucking nugget?
Matt,
I've been
yeah,
waiting.
Matt, please. What are you wanting to dip? What are you gonna dip?
I'm gonna dip in. I'll do the mac sauce. I've
All
never
right,
had
Matt's gonna do the mac sauce. Okay.
I have, just for the record, I have been
you-
eating nuggets
You've
and
been
dipping
eating the whole
them.
time. All right.
I'm
So
hungry.
that's fine. So and after he seats them, he says, you guys can stay on stage for this next song. Disturbed follow it up by playing the worst song of the night. Like the word Perfect Insanity, which is from Indestructible. And I can say easily the worst song they did. I feel like if I was pulled up on stage and I was like, now I will say they gave them the 4-star treatment. Every member of the band went over and took a picture with them, the dad and the son. They gave them guitar picks and drumsticks and merch. And then when it was over, Draymond went back over and like high-fived the kid and everything. So it was like they got they got it. They really got it. So they're super fans. I mean, they had to be super fans. They're on the front row at Disturbed. So, but they literally the worst song of the night.
There were a lot of worst songs for me, but yes, it was pretty bad. And then we get a drum solo that felt like someone trying out to be in your band.
Mm-hmm. At one point, it seemed like he just was hitting every drum in like a little sequence. So he'd go like bigger drum, smaller drum, big drum, smaller drum, and I was like, it seemed very remedial.
And this is what the snare sounds like.
Yeah.
Pap, 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 pap.
Yeah.
This is what the tom sounds like. Boom, 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 boom.
I think that
Mhm.
I don't think the drummer wanted to be doing the drums. So,
No, I don't
and
think so.
it wasn't like,
Then he's the only drummer ever.
I mean, maybe I'm just, okay, this person is a very successful professional musician.
Yeah,
Okay?
Mhm.
Like, I
Mhm.
won't take a single flower away from that.
right.
Either he's not a very good drummer, or he didn't want to be doing the drum solo, or I don't know. But it was just very much like, yeah, I guess I'll play the drums for a minute if you guys need a sec. Like,
Yeah,
it was not like a,
He didn't even do like the
I don't remember anything that technical.
it was just like, I don't know. It was really funny.
because there's always like that pap, 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 and then and then you're out.
This went on for extremely. I think he played it for like 5 minutes.
He played for a long time, and then the end was do 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 do. I made a joke halfway through to Mitch, like he's gonna end by just very like gradually getting slower and then just walking away, and that is how it ended. And I was like, There we go.
Just puts his sticks back in the
So then they played the game, and at this point, I found out later that it was the game. I didn't realize it was the game.
Of course.
And then they played their Sound of Silence cover,
Yes.
in which they wheeled out a piano that is on fire. We've been waiting for the piano that would be on fire. Happy to see it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yes. That being said, people around us truly loving it. Everyone had their phones out. Everyone videoing. And I want to say where we were positioned couldn't be a worse place to take a video.
No, but there was a little guy who looked like Freddy Krueger pre-accident
Yep.
who was like climbing up on this little barricade and hanging off. Like, he was hanging off the front of like a fucking pirate ship. He had a hat, like this little leather Freddy Krueger style hat on. The angle that it was at, I swear to God, I was like, this is the prequel to all of this shit. This is like what Freddy was doing. He gets burned up on the way home and then does a bunch of dream shit. Every single song. Getting the worst
By
video.
the way, that's the new canon for Nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was just like, this is what is happening. Couldn't have gotten worse video of every single fucking thing. Turns around wearing a Batman shirt. Ripped. This person is shredded. Ripped to shreds. The tightest Batman shirt I've ever seen in my life. I was just like, whatever you're...
You've got the body and I do too.
Yes, this is exactly. This is like, I do wish we were like Moby Dicking this because I want to follow that chapter.
Well, he had a great moment. He's up there, he's videoing a song, and it's like right at the, and I think it was probably the best angle he got. He managed to get it. I could see on his screen that he had like the full stage, pretty good angle. And the song is like about to end, and this dude walks up and goes, Steve? And the guy's like, what? And he's like, I thought you were a guy, Steve. You're not. And then the song ends. So that's on his. Is a guy who thought he was Steve, but it was not Steve. And then he left to go, I think, to the bathroom or something. And when he came back, this girl and her boyfriend had taken his spot. And he tried to passive aggressively get them to leave, and they did not leave. She kind of he came up and he said to him, "That's a really good spot." And she goes, It is a really good spot. And he goes, "Yeah, I didn't have like a guy to lean on. I was kind of hanging off of it." And she goes, "Well, I've got a guy." And then she like leaned on him. I was like, oh,
here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah,
But
well, Freddie got up there again eventually.
eventually, yeah, they moved. Yeah. So they did The Sound of Silence. This cover was never a cover I liked, but I can say that the performance they did was bad. It was very bad.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was hilarious, but it was really bad.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's time for a bass solo.
Yeah, Matt. This bass solo. You ever heard the song Parabola by Tool?
No. I'm sure I have.
You have.
but
It goes like. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, imagine just that for 5 minutes. And the audience just like, yeah. And I was like, he's going to play like a different bass line. No, friends. He just played what sounded like Parabola. Or somebody write and tell me I'm not doing the Parabola bass line. It sounded
I think
like
you're doing Schism. But
Is that Schism?
Yeah.
Okay. Schism. Same album, right?
I have no idea.
That's the one where he goes, I know the piece is.
Yeah. We never got anyone to say that. So I had to fill that in my fucking head. All right. Because this guy just kept playing. There we go. The Schism bass line for 5 fucking minutes. Never ended. When they did finally end, they did Indestructible, brought the energy back up. Then they did The Light. And then they did Stricken. I'm going to be honest with you. As I read that right now, I have no memory. I feel like something happened when they did The Light. Oh, that's with the phones.
It was like, when I say the light, put up your flashlight or lighter, but only when I say the light. And so everybody was like stressed out.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with that.
Yeah. But they nailed it. I want to say that despite the stress, everybody pulled together and filled Pine Knob with the light. So then they do Stricken, and then they're like, good night. And they leave. And people were like, wait, what?
They ain't going anywhere.
Well, no, people are like, wait, what? And then I turned to Mitch and I was like, not done. And Mitch goes, no, they're going to do an encore. And I was like, I know, Mitch. I know. So they come back out, and they do Unstoppable, which is also from Divisive.
Okay.
And I was kind of blown away by the fact that it took them that many albums to do a song called Unstoppable.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I feel like Unstoppable, that should have been like many albums ago.
I
if they
feel
would have
the same.
settled on that one. And then finally, they did Down with the Sickness.
Yes.
Wow. So, like, really, only one song off the Sickness?
3. Stupefy, The Game, Down with the Sickness. They sound great doing the Sickness, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond does the full No Mommy rant. Full.
Of
All
course
of
he
it.
does.
All
Of
of
course
it.
he does. Locked in.
He
In
does
his-
it, but he recites it in a way like he's hitting the inflections, but the fact that he has it down to the word makes me think that he is like, now I'm doing the No Mommy rant, but what those words sound like and mean, no longer. Like, it's literally just something he's saying.
He fully disassociates and just
Yes.
goes somewhere else.
Yeah. So they do Down with the Sickness, and then we said it's time to go.
Yes.
There was one more song, Inside the Fire. We were leaving. We left. We could hear Draymond all the way out at Rosie.
That's right.
We'd hear him because we got to hear him do the shout out because I got to hear him say, "Give it up for Ginger! Give it up for Breaking Benjamin!" And I was like, yeah, that's it. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate this concert, Jenny?
Well, I guess probably a 6. And that's going to be only because it was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I'm like a 5.5, 6. I think, yeah, because of how funny it was. The food was good. Everybody I interact with, I got an email from Pine Knob asking me, how my interaction with their staff was. No complaints. Staff was on point.
Okay.
People who sold us Team Fries were super nice. Concessions were stocked with ketchup for the fries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had plenty of ketchup, plenty of napkins. Bathrooms were clean. Can't complain on that front. I had a thought, though, where I was like, okay, I've seen Disturbed live. I've seen Stained live. I kind of feel I need to see Godsmack at this point and see how they match up. Because here's the thing. We saw Aaron Lewis, like, phone it the fuck in. Okay? Like, just sort of moseying around on stage. Now I see Draymond and company doing basically Disturbed Inc., punching the clock, going through the motions, doing a show, being very theatrical, but still a big vibe of going through the motions. When I think of my guy Sully, he seems a little too chaotic to just give you a punch the clock set. This is just a feeling I have. I don't know because I've never seen. Because it's the thing, like, as a cousin of mine saw Godsmack once,
Okay.
and she said,
okay.
And she said that, like, she never heard a guy say motherfucker so much in the banter.
I can say that.
And so I'm thinking about, like, a guy like that, like Sully's gonna be like, how you motherfuckers doing? Let's fucking get up. Like, I don't know. I feel like Sully might be, like, the real deal of the three of these guys.
So
Anyway,
here's my question.
yes.
Was David the real deal?
Yeah? To him? The fact that I kept hearing him talk, he seemed sincere, but also like a maniac.
Yeah, like I think he's the real deal in terms of like being an actual unhinged guy. I will say it does seem like he is really going through it, and I did feel bad for him in that way.
Mhm.
Did he have like that sort of like unhinged, like bombastic energy of somebody being wheeled out and like a straight jacket and him being like truly like, I'm just so like wild and crazy? Like, no, it seemed like like that energy, but like 20 years of life in a duster, you know? And like, I was like, man, like I was so fucking tired when we went. I was like, God,
How am I going to do this?
how am I going to do this? How am I doing this? It was my last day at my job that I'd been at for like 9.5 years. I was just like exhausted and kind of emotional. And he seemed as tired and in the same kind of mood that I was, but that he hadn't taken half an edible. So I was like, on one hand, like, I fucking feel you, dude. But on the other hand, like, you know, you're at work right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to do a great job. And he did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yes, I think he is the real deal. I think he's going through it. I hope he pulls through it because I feel like on the other side of this, well, we're probably going to go back to the red pill, but like, especially if he's going through divorce. I don't know. I hope he's all right. I think he's got a little bit more spice left in there. That's what I think. Didn't see it this time, but I could see it coming through in the future.
Mm-hmm. Matt, any other questions for us in regards to Disturbed Live?
How recommended on edibles for other people?
I mean, I don't see how you couldn't.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
have to.
you know, I took very low dose and it was fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, very low.
How much was that? Was this a bank buster or was this reasonably priced?
Oh, we bought these on the special discount day.
that's right.
These
It
were
was-
$25 tickets.
Yeah, all in.
Okay,
So-
then this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you find yourself at a show that now I spent $75 a ticket, and this is not worth it.
No,
25 is like
25 and 5 mgs.
chef's kiss.
Here we go. We're all good there. Now, did I spend $54 US on food there because I bought food for me and Mitchell?
You're goddamn right, I did.
I did spend $54 US.
Yeah, I spent,
these bees be buzzing.
yeah, I spent I spent a nice I think it was 32 or 30 on my
Well, beer
burger.
is what, 10?
Oh, I didn't know we were just doing water.
Yeah, we didn't have.
That's 5 then.
Yeah,
we just did a water and a burger and a
fry?
team fries. Yeah, I mean it's a $12.50 burger, Matt.
Of course it is.
You know.
You know, inflation comes for us all.
Yeah.
It does.
Inflation
Inflation
comes
for us.
us all. Daddy,
Daddy.
why
Have
are
you
the
heard-
team fries $8.50?
Well, I'll tell you. Why?
You got it, Matt. Got to have those
Feel like
pregnant
I was
pauses.
there.
Yeah, there was much discussion of you, Matt, when we were like, I think there were a couple times and Jenny and I turned to each other and went, Matt would die. Matt would die if he was here. He would die. And then there's another part who were happening. We were debating whether or not you would have loved the slideshow or not. Yeah, there was debate on that, but there was a lot. I mean, yeah, the rest of it, I'm like, Matt would die. Matt would be dead. Yeah.
It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I literally just, I was weeping, laughing so hard. It was so funny. So there you go. Disturbed in concert.
It's only an hour of the episode.
That's right. Just a quick little recap.
Quick little recap. All right.
Definitely doesn't need to be its own thing, Lorin.
Nope, doesn't
I
at
am
all.
fuming right
I know
now.
you are, Matt. And now it's time to talk about the album. Stress Company and their album, True Parallels.
Like I've not known you for 7 years of doing it.
Oh, well. Jenny, when did this album come out?
This album came out on March 21st, 2005.
Oh, I would say that is a come down record.
It's a come down record. This album, despite having very little promotion from the label, it entered the Billboard album charts at number 32
Ooh,
and has gone on to sell in excess of 200,000 copies. Listen,
that's a lot.
you cannot promote Trust Company, but the Trustees, as we're calling them, they're going to be there. They're going to show up.
They're
for
always
the list.
ready to give the key to the city.
Absolutely. Jenny, who's in Trust Company on this album?
So on this album, we have James Fukai on guitar, background vocals, Kevin Palmer on guitar, vocals, and Jason Singleton on drums, background vocals. Josh Motes was there when they started recording this album, but did leave and was replaced by Walker Warren.
Shakeup of the trustees.
A shakeup of the trustees. I have a physical copy of the album here. Purchased it on eBay from a new seller for me, G Marina-2012, for a sweet $3.75.
Oh, G Marina coming through in the clutch.
Look at this thing, Matt.
Promo copy.
Ooh, punch barcode.
Pristine. We've got this album cover, Jenny. We've got some distressed photo album here, but we have this looks like a kind of like a trendy lady.
Yeah. She's she looks like she's thinking about something. She's either like inspired or brooding. Maybe a little bit of column A and column B. I mean, great bone structure.
Great cheeks.
The font's over her forehead, but is she doing that thing with like the high bangs? Like it's bangs, like a sort of full thing, but like it's high, or is she swoopy?
Oh, that's a great cue. If I'm looking at this, it looks like she's got a swoop going. She's got a swoop. It's 2005. It's the color red that my hair was in 2005 as well.
My money's on swoop.
Shout out to Swoop. Yeah, 2005. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what her hair looks like. Beautiful swoop, bright red.
Yep.
Bangs, swooped. Top. The back is probably like puffed up. A swoop and celebrate, as it was called.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, puffed up back, and come on.
You pop that back, you're about to meet someone who's really into Alkaline Trio.
So we have a picture of the four members of the band here. Walker Warren is shown for the bass. Walker Warren, he looks like a young boy here. He looks fresh as a daisy.
I believe he is. He is, according to the interview that you sent. Walker Warren joined the band because he was a fan of the band, and he sent these videos. He's 19 years old, and he said, "Give him a shot."
And they did.
And they did.
They gave him
there
a shot.
he is, 19 years old. Walker, congratulations.
Congratulations to Walker. Producer on this album, Jenny, who do we got?
A little man named Howie Benson.
Howie B in the place.
Howard Benson. Also a little bit of help from Don Gilmore. He's in there as well. We've got... Do we have any genre tags on this album?
I'm not seeing any genre tags. We're going to have to...
This album is genreless.
Wow.
Incredible. Some notes in here on some of the songs. According to the drummer, the song "The War Is Over" gained much popularity within the World of Warcraft filmmaking community and was considered for a second single, but it did not come to pass. They only released one single. There's one co-writer on this album that we will get to. I believe this was their last record before they took a very long hiatus before coming back. And as we record this episode, Trust Company messaged us.
This is crazy. This is the first pre-Roach Koach bump.
This is true. They messaged us and they said that they listened to our first episode. They thought it was very funny. They said they laughed their ass off, and they started following us on Instagram.
And now when this episode comes out, the top is going to be an hour of us giving painstaking detail about seeing Disturbed, and they're going to unfollow us.
Correct.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Grand opening, grand closing.
So I think so. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna kick it off. We got all these nugs. Don't forget the nugs. The nugs have been here the whole time.
I've been eating them.
Yeah, I have not.
These tepid nugs.
These tepid nugs. They are all room temperature now. Jenny, what's the first song on this album?
The first song on this album is called Stronger.
It sure is.
Jenny, what nug and sauce combo did you do for this song?
So I had my first bite of spicy buffalo.
Okay.
My second bite, hot mustard. I can get at least 3 or 4 dips out of an individual nug.
Okay.
Do quarters of nugs here, so
Mhm.
I don't know where I'm going for my last dip, but usually I'm a hot mustard person.
Okay.
But this spicy buffalo coming through. What were your dips?
I just did honey mustard on this first one, and I've never had this honey mustard from McDonald's before, and it was pretty good, pretty good tang on it. I liked it a lot, and I definitely felt it went well with the riffing on this song, which I wrote in my notes. We are riffing, and the whisper, yell, rasp vocals are back when he says down. Really like that. I like the backup vocals. They're good. I mean, it's not Michael Anthony, but it's good. I think they're strong. Baby. And then also I wrote in there, you go pushing to the ground, crawling away. That's new metal, baby. This is a solid rocking opener. It's a very obvious single. Trust Company, they're back. Matt and Oz.
I too went with Spicy Buffalo.
Okay.
And I felt it was an appropriate choice for Stronger. You got to get over that heat. You got to get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Mouth's got to get used to the temp. And I was pleasantly surprised by the song. Didn't feel very new to me.
Oh, okay.
And we are a new metal show, I believe.
Last I checked, yeah.
Yep, last I checked. But I will say I like the song. I definitely feel like I could have watched an opening to an anime with this playing in the background. Has that kind of like forward, progressive, energetic, big release, seriousness. Liked it.
So sadly, but good for us on time, there are no songmeanings.com comments for any of these songs. But I did go to, there was a music video for this song. I sent it over to you, Jenny. Did you have any chance to watch?
I sure did.
What'd you think of the music video?
It was pretty, classic rock and good time. You had the band playing at a skate park. You got people skating, people dancing, people enjoying the music. It felt very 2005, but also perhaps timeless.
Oh, I could see this in a Tony Hawk Pro Skater for sure.
Absolutely. What I did like about the video was, for one, the band has incredible energy when they're performing this song. They are performing this song very hard. There was a decision made at some point that they were going to include all the sounds of skateboards grinding and what have you on top of the song.
Okay.
So you have that sound. There are people dancing and partying to this song. We do have some hotties. We have a few. Not a ton, we have a few. But what was interesting is that it seemed like the kids, they had a couple different shots. They have some kids dancing, jumping up and down. Their moves seemed to be in concert with the music. But then they would cut to some of these hotties, and they would be literally doing like the grind, dip it low move, which seemed a little like, I don't see this song evoking that move.
I would have agreed with you had we not gone to see Disturbed on Friday.
Game, set, and match. Good point.
Because there were people like doing this very dance to like every single song, and I was like, I'd never considered that as an option, but of course.
Right.
Much like the sweet and sour dipping sauce, as featured in Marvel Studios' Loki. I won't see a Marvel movie, but I am wondering what they're doing with sweet and sour sauce and Loki. Not enough that I'll watch it, but enough that eventually
I'm sure
someone
it was
will
like
tell me.
A very Simpsons or Rick and Morty-esque mention of something and Loki making it appear.
Right. Yeah. That's probably what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe you turn somebody into like a sweet and sour packet or something.
Yeah. Or they were just like, I'm hungry.
Can Loki do that?
Oh, he can do anything.
It seems like he
I
can
think
play with the
he
universe.
can just play with the universe and time. Yeah. Like he died and he came back to life. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. I stopped watching the shows after WandaVision Fool me once.
Right.
I never started.
We hate women here.
Listen, I don't support-
WandaVision? I don't fucking think so.
Boo. The Marvels coming out in November. So that's the first song. I think it's a strong start.
Love
I'm
it.
feeling good about.
Very.
And we should mention the lead singer, Kevin. For this album cycle, he has a new lip ring. Just want to mention that. Promptly featured in the photos here and is very promptly featured in the music video.
And whenever you get a lip ring, you know people are going to ask you, does it mess with you when you eat?
So Kevin, does it mess with you when you eat?
I mean, some tasty
Roach Koach
nugs.
Yeah, does it?
Right.
I don't know.
Jenny, did you ever lip ring it?
No.
No?
Never did.
Never did.
No,
Okay.
I had my septum pierced, and that's it.
Okay.
And it did not mess with my eating, but it did mess with my breathing. Yeah. So
It's out of here.
It's out of here.
So it's out of there. Yeah, my dad helped me get it out. That was nice.
What a dad.
You know?
He's one of the...
He had some pliers and he just helped me get that. The ball was like stuck.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure somebody listening would be like, well, you were not taking care of it. And you would have been correct. That's why,
That's why I had to go.
So I had to go. I wasn't.
had to go. There was some comments. I did find some comments on songmeanings.com. Apparently, WWE used this song.
Makes sense.
It does make sense.
And JD Bruiser said, "Thank you, WWE, for introducing me to Trust Company, one of the best rock bands I've ever listened to." And Zolo SJR said, "I so love this music. So much rage, so much anger, so much emotion. Without bands like Trust Company, there would be no music left."
Whoa. Right.
All right. Okay.
we
See
don't.
you in the pit. All right. You in the Jenny, what do we got up next?
Up next, we got The War Is Over.
I just say something to you guys.
Always.
Okay. So I did the ranch with my Nug, the shelf stable ranch.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had this before. We have talked about this a lot on the show. Shelf stable ranch sounds but bad news to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was not bad. The texture, I wasn't in love with it. But I was like, this is not bad. But I didn't go for it for second dip. For second dip, I went to the hot mustard. And you guys, that hot mustard with this Nug, when this chorus hit, no place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be.
There we go.
We didn't look at each other, but I was in the hot mustard the whole time. It was my set of footprints next to
Thank you, Matt. Oh my God. So, that really, I got to tell you, this song plus a hot mustard Nug, and I don't know, it's like 9:45, 10 o'clock at night. You're zooming.
You're zooming.
You're zooming. This is it. I was I was into this one, especially with that. I wrote in my notes, this chorus hits, let me see those hands. Yeah. Jenny?
Yeah. You said this is the one that was like a Warcraft situation.
Warcraft situation.
So you can make movies in Warcraft?
So you can screen capture.
Okay.
You can screen capture.
I need some help. I need
War-
to. I think
Trust
I have
company
questions.
turning in, going, did they even talk about us at all?
Yes, we will. So what happens, Matt?
Okay, so you have the ability to screen capture from your video card your play.
Okay.
And this is kind of like, if we're talking 2005, this is really pre-streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you're still playing online, but you're not going to like a Twitch or something like that. So people would capture their stuff and they would put it online. But usually what would happen is you would be in a league or a guild or some league, not right, guild or something like that, where like you would all capture and somebody would capture the best plays. And then they would make like a compilation of like, these are the ones. And then they would play like a great raid or something like that. Now, granted, I've never played a game of World of Warcraft in my life, but I've been around the culture enough to be like half right. But like they would make compilations.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
I guess like what I guess I realized like I don't know what happens in this world. So I was like, oh, this seems like a very I don't know, I would not have guessed that this song was the one that they were like, we're gonna
Yeah.
put this over that. very much a hands in the air kind of night drive. Someone breaks up with you, you put this on at the bonfire, everybody's like, Dave.
She was my everything.
Dave,
she was my everything.
We get it, and we're sorry, dude, but please, like, you know, at the time, I don't think Bluetooth speakers were the thing at the time, but
I just miss her so.
Exactly.
It'll never be enough.
Well, and then 3 weeks later, he's like married to somebody different. This feels very much
this is
like
Doris, everybody.
Oh,
Everybody meet
congratulations.
Doris.
Doris and Brenda.
Two classic.
Two
ladies.
classic 2005, like
Real
20-something
2000.
girls' names. Yeah.
Real 2005 names.
Remember that in 2005, Agnes. Yeah, you know, a solid tune.
Yeah, I mean it's a bad relationship song. You know, the war is over of this relationship.
Oh yeah, I'm done going to battle with you.
Mm-hmm. I like the melodrama of that metaphor. I do. Also, this has a Desmond Child writing credit on it. So if you look up Desmond Child, you're going to see a lot of very big songs that suck. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
He's got to put food on his family.
Got to put food in your family. All right. This next song,
It's a cover?
It's not a Slipknot cover, but Imagine Bad Ben. Jenny, what do we got?
Up next, we've got Surfacing.
I wrote in my notes. Sorry. That's junior year. I'm going to make it.
Oh.
Trust company on my side. Because listen, junior year.
I'm not a senior yet.
I'm not senior yet, but things are changing for me. You might say I'm changing inside in a few ways.
Things are starting to surface.
Come up to the surface.
Mainly pubes.
Mainly.
The big.
Mainly.
Is this song secretly about pubes?
Oh man,
You're
I'm changing
surfacing,
inside.
yeah.
Yeah, pubes coming.
That's what the songwriters definitely were thinking.
Wish you had a manscaped power mower.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, the era of selling out is not even yet begun.
The dick blaster.
The dick blaster. Clean nuts.
That's right.
I am.
Cook.
You're gonna have a hairy ball sack.
Yeah.
You fucking cook.
That's right. Blast that shit off your nuts. That's right. Smoothnuts.org.
The ladies love
They love it.
Smooth nuts.
LL Cool Nuts.
That's
Hello,
right.
cool nuts. Ladies love cool nuts.
Just one lady. Lady loves cool nut. It's all singular.
Was that it sounds like it was at the back of the metro.
Yeah.
Like misconnections. Lady love cool.
Lady love cool nut. One of your nuts was warm. One was cold. This lady loved it.
I saw you at Disturbed.
Yeah.
One of your nuts was cool.
Yeah. Wow. I hope that they find each other.
Oh.
I hope they do.
It's a match made in the stars.
Jenny, what nug sauce combo did you do for this one?
For this one, I went a little barbecue, and I keep going back to this spicy buffalo.
Okay. All right, I'm going to toss you in a second, Matt. I did spicy buffalo on the top of this one. Not a fan.
Okay.
Not a fan of the spicy buffalo. It tastes like it's basically the sauce that they put on at Buffalo Wild Wings if you don't make a choice and they make it for you.
Wow.
And not a fan.
Shots fired.
Not a fan. I'm sorry. Not a fan of that one.
I'm pissed.
Okay. We got a few more songs, so.
No. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
As a matter of fact, I'm done. You boys and your hairy nuts can keep going. I'm going home to my home where the nuts are blasted.
Because this lady loves smooth nuts.
So if you know one thing about me,
One thing about you.
that's my fun fact. I start a new job on Tuesday. They
Fun
said,
fact.
"What's a fun fact
Two
about
truths
you?"
and a lie.
Yeah. How about we'll say there's 2 hairy nuts and 1 smooth nut. Which one do you think I like? Choose the smooth nut.
Every
time.
I think it would need to be a different way. I'm gonna get fired on Tuesdays.
2 nuts in the truth.
Yes.
Make them smooth.
Right.
You know what? You should not bury the lead. You're not just starting a job. Your title will be vice president.
That is true. It is a true fact. And I am really good at my job.
She is.
But you know what? I think I'm going to have to start the icebreaker with 2 nuts and a lie. My team. I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
Matt, how'd you feel about this song, and what was your combo?
Oh, well, my combo was tangy barbecue, which is that's my default sauce. That's my favorite sauce of all time. Has been since I've been old enough to dip a nug.
Oh.
So that has not changed over time. Surfacing, this was the first one that when it hit me, I was like, oh, this is a little new. This is a little new at top. They got these big praise and worship choruses that I enjoy, but that I feel like now I'm starting to remember the last Trust Company album. It feels like they had some of those as well. They had kind of that feel to it. I'm telling you, 3 songs in, I want to get in the car.
Right.
I want to go for a drive. This is scratching that itch.
There it is.
All right.
There it is. All right, Jenny, what do we got next?
Up next, we've got Slave. What strikes about this song is that it could be about anything. Like, it's very, like, a slave to what? And you could just project this on any situation in your life where you're like, ugh.
Right?
These guys are like a normal level of mad. Like, I feel like a lot of like the albums we listen to, it's like, this really, really fucked up thing happened. All of these songs are just like, oh yeah.
Oh,
that's a toughie.
I don't like that.
Yeah, like these are just, it just seems like a normal level of like frustration and struggle.
This is Midwest nice mad.
Yeah.
But from Carolina?
I believe so. I believe they are from Carolina.
From the Carolinas.
They are. No, I'm sorry. They're from Montgomery, Alabama.
The Carolinas of Alabama.
Yeah. Montgomery, Alabama, Carolinas. A woman named Carolina. Sweet Caroline
definitely lives in Alabama.
Absolutely.
Where these guys are definitely from. What was our dip? What was our dip on that one?
Yeah, Jenny, what was your dip?
I forgot. It could have been any dip.
You know what? You are truly in the zone.
Yeah.
Because you're not when you're on the night drive and the street lights are zipping by the window and you're consuming the nugs and then I just want to let everybody know Jenny is true master of the dip setup. The way she has her thing set up, I am like learning so much. Like I feel like Matt, you and I feel a little amateurish.
Well, I'm a hobo when I eat nuggets in the car.
Yeah.
Because then I have now to check in because we're talking about nuggets and driving.
Yeah.
I put a sauce in my hand with the top off.
Okay.
And that's my driving hand.
Ooh, okay.
And the right hand's my dipping hand.
Okay.
For eating and controlling the radio.
Yes.
Nice.
This is how you do.
Yes. I also have a setup where I preload my sauces. I open them. I take the wrapper, the sticky part.
You put it inside the bag, right?
I put it flat on the other side, the open side of the nugget. So that way I can have like an arsenal of little dippers ready to go. I select them. I like pull them out one at a time and I do driving hand as the dipper, but it's like there's a place I know like where the hot mustard goes because the label is flat on the dry side of the box. The other side of the box has the nugs.
So you use different sauces every time? Multiple different, or you use solo sauce?
It really depends on my mood. Lately, it's been a lot of the hot mustard.
Okay.
But sometimes I'll get some variations. Now, I did not realize that it was an option to get this zesty sauce or mac sauce on the side.
I said, give me every sauce you got.
They have these they have it's like normal carry out dipping cups. I never would have guessed this in a million years.
Right.
So I want mac sauce on the side every time.
I'll just tell you, I went to my old stop and grabs my former employer, the McDonald's on DeQuinder and Big Beaver, and I said, give me every sauce you got. And they were like, no problem. Like they didn't even flinch. They didn't even flinch at my request. I said, I want every sauce. They said, yep, I just watched the drive-through screen just fill with every single sauce.
79 cents, 79 cents.
Oh, some of them they give me for free.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I hadn't seen ranch. I said, oh, will you have? I said, will you have the shelf-stable ranch? And she said, don't worry, it's coming.
Full explanation.
Full explanation. She had it, and then when I got up, the guy hands me the bag, and he goes, "Oh, you getting all the sauces, right?" I'm like, "Yep, all of them." And he goes, "Oh, wait, hold on." And then he turned and he threw me 2 hot mustards. He said, "Now you got all the sauce."
Wow. But when I said all the sauce, they did not give me these little sidecars.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
the unnamed hot sauce and the mac sauce.
I'm thinking this has to do with the relative economic disparity between the area where you got your nugs and where I got mine. I got mine at 12 and John R. Okay.
Okay.
So DeQuinder and Big Beaver is a much more well-off area in general.
What are you trying to say about me?
That you're rich.
You're
Oh,
fucking
okay.
bougie.
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
you're Roach
We're
Koach.
all rich.
We're
We're
Roach
all-
Koach billionaires, right?
Oh man,
That's right.
how we were able. We bought 3 20 pieces
Mm-hmm.
and all the sauce.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
buy a 10-pack and cut them all in half.
Nope, we did it. I did sweet and sour, which was my childhood dipping sauce. I was a straight up sweet and sour boy all through. And then when I went to college, somebody's like, you can have barbecue. What? And I had it, and I was like, oh, I'm a barbecue guy.
Okay.
Moving forward now. But having this sauce with this song did take me back to my childhood a little bit. And I did like what you said, Jenny, about how this could be anything that you want to put on it. You're a slave of any type. You're a slave to the industry. You're a slave to your parents telling you what to do. And of course, I wrote in my notes, are we dealing with a burgeoning sub-dom relationship here?
Oh, there it
Because
is.
that's where I went with it, apparently. Matt, did we get your combo?
My combo,
Yeah.
I dipped in the mac sauce on this one. I took a bold step.
Okay, I haven't done it
And-
yet.
and
What
did
was
the
it
mac
for?
sauce. Here is my take. I don't think it works as well as I want it to,
Mm-hmm.
but it does make me think of another odd combination that I would do at White Castle.
Mhm.
Now, are you two White Castle aficionados, or you're like, I take it or leave it?
I haven't had White Castle in probably like 15, 16 years.
I'm definitely not an aficionado.
Okay. I have had to stop getting it because my wife about 10 years ago was like, you can never have this again. Because the noises that your body makes while you
Oh.
sleep after White Castle
Mhm.
is that's a no-go. So and she's like,
Thank you, Catherine.
it just can't be good for you. Kind of her take, which I appreciated. But my combo, I would take my brother there. Every once in a while, my brother would be like, "Look, I'm gonna drink tonight. I need you to drive. I need you to be my DD." And I was like, "You got it." And then he would be like, "And we're gonna go to White Castle." Like, I got it. And then he would order a sack 10, and then the chicken rings. And we would put the chicken rings on the sliders. And that's what this is to me. Like, it makes me think of like,
I see.
because the mac sauce is very much a traditional beef topping. Now we're putting on chicken. That's where it put me.
Here we go.
Whereas this song by Trust Company,
Yes.
the band we're talking about
Mhm, yeah.
today,
mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
I liked this song. I thought it was very good. Yeah, I do feel that it is, you can hang your hat on whatever you want in terms of what is mildly perturbing you in that moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, relatable to just be like, man, why do I keep doing this?
It's really got
Yeah.
me serving it instead of serving myself.
So true.
Mhm.
All right, speaking of, up next, we've got Fold.
So this song and the previous song definitely filling a void I felt that was available in the marketplace in 2005, which was that we did not have any new Linkin Park.
I was going to mention that.
And in the interview that I sent to you, Jenny, he is asked about whether or not they sound like Linkin Park. And he's basically like, well, nah, but yeah. But nah, but I guess if you want to. But no. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was basically like, I don't think we sound that much like Linkin Park, but if you're comparing us to a band that's wildly successful, can't be mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
It was
yeah.
similarly to the way that this is like the most reasonably frustrated album. That interview was the most normal interview I've ever read in my entire life.
This guy sounded completely on the level. He said nothing crazy, nothing weird. He didn't try to start beef with anybody. He was just like, "Yep, we made this album and had a great time."
Yeah, it's just like, oh, great.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, we took some time off to record it, and we're excited to tour it. Nothing more reasonable than expectations.
It's like,
so.
sounds good.
Yeah. This one. Yeah, I kind of just noted the Linkin Parkness of it. There was a little bit of like, with some of the yells, like, I hear the Chester echo a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. I thought this one was fine. My dip combo, I went with the honey, and I don't think that works. I don't think it works. It didn't work.
When I saw you dipping in the honey, I was like, disgusting.
Yeah, I don't. It's honestly. It's definitely bad for a drive because it's so drippy and sticky. And they even know. Here's the thing. It's what's the vote of confidence here? It's half the size of all the other dipping sauces.
Yeah, because it's twice the cost.
Yeah. So
Bees had to make that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
What the fuck, dude?
They did.
I
Don't
should-
besmirch the bee.
listen, it doesn't go on a nugget. It goes on like bread.
Yeah, well, don't let the bees hear you say that. They will swarm you and kill you.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. I saw one by my car this morning, and I was like, I might talk some shit later in a pod. Don't hold it against me.
Oh man, I got coffee with someone that I don't know well at all recently, and we were sitting at this place. It's like I think kind of like a hip place, whatever. They have like all of the like wildflowers for like the pollinators, and I was sitting with my back to this like fucking meadow, so bees kept landing on me, and I just was like, whatever, like it's gonna sting me or it's not. And this person was like, "There's a bee on you," and I was like, "Oh yeah, well that's gonna go one of two ways." And they looked at me like I was insane. They're like, "You're not even a little bit freaked out?" And I was like, "Oh, what am I going to do about it? It's a bee." I haven't really talked to this person since. I think that they think that I'm a fucking like
straight up psycho.
The way that they looked at me was like, "There's a bee on you." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I don't know. It's either going to sting me or it's not." Like I'm not doing a whole think about it.
We're not doing this bee thing.
And it's been a long time since someone's looked at me like that. And I was like, "Oh, wow, this is like really weird for you." I didn't say that out loud. I was just like, "Well, thanks for getting coffee."
I wish I could be that chill with bees. Bees are one of my least, not bees. Bees, I think you got it right. Whereas like they're either going to sting me or they're not. But bees are kind of like, unless I threaten them, they're probably just going to go away. Wasps and hornets, like yellow jackets, I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate them because they're just dicks.
They're terrible.
The dicks of the air.
Yeah, those are a little more mean.
Yeah. They're meaner. They remember like those Japanese ones that are like this big that remember you if you mess with them.
Not familiar with these yellow jackets.
Yeah.
The ones that hold a grudge. Not
the
familiar.
Japanese memory jackets, you don't know those?
You don't know them?
I don't know them, but they know me apparently.
I mean, they're so big, their balls are smooth.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
They
Wait,
have,
do they use buzzsaw trimming
Yeah,
for their balls?
They do.
definitely
They have wasp sized.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, that buzzing you hear?
Yeah,
People think it's the bees. It's the
And
Manscaped trimmer.
Oh,
just
interesting.
making them bees balls bald.
Constantly shaving their balls.
Mm.
We got your bees balls.
Bees balls
Bees
buzz.
Bees balls.
Bees balls. The alliteration on this episode.
Buzz balls.
I wanna just give a quick shout out to Trust Company, the
Yeah.
album that we're doing, the band we're covering on the album. What am I even saying?
May or may not have stopped listening 5 minutes.
They
ago.
5 minutes ago.
5 minutes into the Disturbed recap.
Yeah.
If they're still here, they're going to write a song about being reasonably frustrated about the length of podcast.
Disrespectful length of this.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, wait till you find out how long this album is.
Oh my God, for real.
Jenny, what's next?
The Reflection.
Oh, I had sweet and sour. Just for everybody keeping track at home.
Okay. So I love it when he whispers, "I feel it," and then the drop happens.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how it's done. Like, whoever produced this, Benson in the booth,
Holly B is killing.
you just gave him the point. Like, you fucking did it.
You did
You
it.
fucking did it.
Howie B in the place to be.
Absolutely.
Which is at the board spinning them knobs.
That's right.
Twiddle twiddle.
I did the mac sauce combo for this one, and I also felt it in that it is a weird mix that does not quite make sense in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, your mouth is like, hold on, there should be beef, there should be other things attached. The chicken,
it's got a different tang that chicken doesn't need.
yeah, it's so yeah. Also, I felt this was a very much hands in the air song. Very much at the end, if you get to the end of the song, when he does the final looking at me, I'm just like, the hands could only be in the air.
Yeah.
So make sure your nugs are eaten before you get to the end of the song, because then otherwise you can be flicking nugs in the air. And
Yeah.
a whole thing.
You don't launch your nugs.
Jenny, I saw what you mixed on this one, so if you forgot,
Yeah.
I can remind you.
No, I did the mac sauce.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Oh, okay.
But I'm very Midwestern in the sense that I love any sort of like a creamy sauce.
Mayo based.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. So, I'm not going to turn my back on the mac sauce.
Okay.
Reflection, yeah, definitely giving some praise and worship.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big lighters in the air type of thing. And that's what you want.
Will you in the future, you think, when you go to get nugs in the future, will you ask for mac sauce side, do you think?
No, I won't, because of the amount of trouble that I'm sure it will be.
Right. Like this was casual for you to get this time.
Mm-hmm.
Every subsequent time is going to be like, can I get a sidecar Big Mac sauce? They're going to be like, what?
They won't know how to press any buttons. They'll forget.
Right.
They'll forget how their hands work.
You would have to again say, can I have every sauce that you offer? And they would probably give it to you. But if like you ask for this individually because it's a special order,
right?
I can almost guarantee.
Not in the income bracket of the McDonald's that's near my neighborhood.
Shots fired.
They're not doing it.
I got it.
Shots fired at Moneybag Kozlowski.
That's right.
Listen, I go to the rich McDonald's with the play place. What do you want me to do?
You have a play place?
That's right, fun. That's
Wow.
right.
No play place in the McDonald's I go
No.
to.
No, mine has a barbed wire duck that you can play.
Yeah. Mine, if you want your kids to play, they have to make the food. They said, your labor will be your fun.
Yeah.
4 pieces of shit. And you can't have mac sauce.
They make my kid just clean out the Egg McMuffin machine.
Oh, jeez. Terrible burns. Matt, what'd you mix?
That one was a hot mustard, baby.
Oh, no.
Because the reflection I saw in the mirror was a guy who likes that hot mustard.
Hot mustard is good.
Yeah.
And that song was good. These are good songs.
Good songs.
Good songs.
Have we mentioned that these songs are good? These songs are good songs.
These songs by Trust Company.
These songs by Trust Company.
They're
Good songs.
Good songs.
Buzzed bees, bald. False.
Are you a bee with hairy nuts?
Oh, yeah.
Yucky. You should get a tiny little manscaped buzzer.
Manscaped offering bee buzzer.
You're going to be the talk of the hive. The queen's going to be wanting to make you her king.
Wow.
And then eat your head.
That's right.
That's
She will eat
right.
you. We got a few more to go.
We sure do. Up next, we got Breaking Down.
So this song starts off and we think maybe Trust Company are really about to really rock it out. But then they don't really, because then they're like, we got to do one of our classic Trust Company choruses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do. It's how we rock. And so it went back and I was like, yeah, this is fine. I'm into it. I'm enjoying it. I wrote down the lyric. I'm failing now, starving for the answers. I'm slowing down and losing ground. Who hasn't been there? For my combo, I went back and I got the honey mustard, and which never had it before today. Enjoy it, but then I grabbed another nug, so I did 2 nugs for this song, and then I went to the hot mustard. And the hot mustard, I'm going to say it, it might be my MVP of the day.
It's a great sauce.
The hot mustard is really just like right there, perfect tang, perfect level of spice. Not the spicy buffalo, not mystery sauce. This is the one. This is the one that gets it just right for me. So that's where I am.
I went barbecue. Very mid.
Very mid.
That's why we like it.
Because I am very mid.
Sometimes when you're
Western.
There we go.
Yeah. No, sometimes you're in the car. Sometimes you want a heavy flavor, but sometimes you just need a comfort flavor, and that is tangy barbecue.
I see.
The tangy barbecue is like, it's kind of like a lie. Because
Yeah.
it's not really that tangy.
Yeah. Oh, let me rephrase this. That's ketchup with a zing. That is all tangy barbecue is. And I love it for that. But when you have an actual barbecue sauce, it tastes nothing like tangy barbecue. I have never had another barbecue sauce that tastes anything like McDonald's tangy barbecue. So I don't know where they unearthed this concoction from, but it certainly wasn't from any barbecue pits.
Well, here's the thing. Have you ever had an instance, and I'm talking about some dark shit right now, where they forget to give you sauce?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? We're all scarred by it. Worst experience. And then you go home and you're praying to God that you've got a sauce in a drawer somewhere, hoping, and then you get there and you don't. Somehow you've gone through all your backup sauces and you have to use real barbecue sauce with your nuggets. Feels so wrong. It's all off.
Interesting. I feel that when I enter my home, I have nothing if not a wide variety of sauces. So it's like I'm in
Who's
for a
rich
treat. Me.
The sauce queen.
The vice president of sauce? Yes, that's right. That's my new title. I'm the vice president of sauce. And I have a lot of sauces at home.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm bragging. You know, if I don't have a sauce, make one. Okay? I'll make a sauce.
I'll grab some mayo. I'll grab some ketchup. Whip that together. Onion powder. Classic sauce mix.
Oh, okay.
That's
some onion.
Gotta get some onion powder in there. And then you just decide if you want to put you want to make tartar sauce, skip the mayo and just go relish. If you want to make Thousand Island, then it's relish. If you want French, then it's just ketchup. Guys, there's so many sauces.
I didn't know I was sitting here with a couple chemists. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Look, I've been working for the sauce queen for a long time.
That's right.
Wow. Jenny, what did you think of this song?
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, these songs to me, I will say, like, I think the way that I have been listening to them, they sort of flow together as, and it's just like a very like, yeah, these are good songs, solid, fine. I think that if I was listening to them, different age, different stage, would have hit a little bit differently. You know, I don't think these are like your midlife crisis type songs.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah, I would say a lot of that is that the praise and worship chorus takes me to a higher place instead of like these all feel optimistic, which I love. And at the same time, it doesn't necessarily scratch that I just need to be angry right now itch that a lot of new metal can.
Right. Well, that's why it's perfect for the night drive.
That is true.
Because you don't want to go to bed angry.
Definitely don't want to go to bed angry, but like
you want to go to bed with a full belly, with some good vibes that have been provided by you by the trust company.
But I need like a part of the drive where I'm just angry.
How else are you going to get the lid off the sauce?
Right.
That takes some
one hand. I pull it off right on the inside of the bag.
There you go.
Yeah, that's sometimes the only way you can do it.
I'm a real goblin.
Yeah.
Hey, I respect that.
We all do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? This next song is called Someone Like You.
It's an Adele cover?
Oh, imagine that.
And it's about someone just like.
So, Matt, you and I had made a pact at the beginning of the summer.
Oh, yeah. We had to make this year count.
And we said that if we didn't get laid,
that's right.
We were going to cut our dicks off.
That's correct.
Well, I met someone.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And we made eye contact across the room. And then Someone Like You by Trust Company started playing. And, but I realized something was a little off.
Yeah?
As I realized that one of my balls was pretty hairy.
What
other one was smooth, and I needed them to be matched.
Well, then you should have used the promo code
Buzz. Buzz. And and once I smoothed it out, she was like, "Let's go for a roll in the hay." And so I don't need to cut my dick off. How about you, though? do you have to cut yours off?
No, I'm looking straight into the show.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, that's what you get for making a pact.
Yeah, that's right.
Never
making a
that's
pact.
Why you don't commit, boys.
I love this, and I'm also like, Definitely not new metal. I think we can safely say that. But I do love it. But there is a part of me that goes, this sounds like a slowed down Newfound Glory song. And I'm like,
better singing.
Way better singing.
Better singing.
Like Newfound Glory had that one that was like, have I waited too long? Have I? Yeah, that's a faster version of this song. So I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg on that one.
What a
but
chicken!
I do know that
the chicken did come first on that one.
But I know that egg is smooth.
It's smooth
like a bee's buzz ball.
like a bee's ball. I went and I tried the ranch again. Regretted it. Shouldn't have done it. Went immediately back to hot mustard. My old friend. I apologize. I needed someone
mustard,
like you. Hot mustard. Yeah. This shelf stable ranch.
Did Draymond sing that when he was there? Hello, mustard, my old friend.
Hello, mustard, my old friend. I've come to munch on you again with your mustard slowly musting. And I think I might be dirty ass. The worst bit that might ultimately end is me being Dirty Al. Weird Al, but dirty. So I had to bring it here.
Wait, he doesn't like this character?
I think it's like one of those things where it's like you like it, but you don't want it to be your wife.
Them's the breaks, man. Them's the breaks.
It's always horrible. You know, Mitch is a man of a bit more maturity and taste than I am. You know.
All right. Well,
I'm like punch my chicken.
That's it. We're in. Dirty Al. Dirty Al. Love him. What'd you combo?
I did a little hot mustard and then a little spicy buffalo. I think that's the zone I'm going to stay in.
Okay.
Mm,
Have you ranched at all?
I ranched a bit earlier.
How are your feelings on the ranch today?
You know, it's like not that good, but it's fine.
So
Do you even ranch, bro?
I would say it's not that good, and I wouldn't even give it a fine. It's not that good.
Oh,
wow.
It's better than the honey, though.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what'd you do?
I did ranch on that one, and I was like, it's ranch, but it's that shelf stable tangy ranch that I'm not a fan of.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Bad ranch. All right. Up next we got Crossing the Line.
So this one felt new metal to me once again. I was feeling it. We all put our hands in the air. Of course, once again hitting like clockwork, like just ready to go. I was into this one. There's a guitar dropout at 220 that gets very Linkin Park with some soft screaming. It's the only type of screaming that these guys do. And I crossed a line with my dips. I went and did the sweet and sour again to get a little bit more of that nostalgia for my past. And then I went and followed up with some barbecue, tangy BBQ, which has been my go-to for 15, 16, 17 years. And I think it might be, aside from the honey and the ranch, the big loser for me today. Because in comparison to this hot mustard, honey mustard situation, more going on. But as we said, it's mid. That's by design.
Right.
But in comparison
it is
to all
the
these
warm blanket of saucy.
But in comparison to all these other ones, it's kind of lower end of just like excitement in my mouth. So that's where I was on Crossing the Line. Jenny?
Well, I just went for that hot mustard this time. You know, it's my favorite one. So I visited all these places and I think I'm just going to stay in the hot mustard zone. I'll probably go to spicy buffalo, but just in a way that like I know I'm not going to see spicy buffalo again. I'm going to stick with hot mustard, but it's pretty good.
All right. Matt?
Yeah, my sauce on that one was hot mustard. I enjoyed it. Crossing the line of our heart.
Very true.
This one is making us feel real good inside. Even though I could not tell you what the subject matter of the song is. We all raised our hands at that chorus.
Right.
Again, I feel like Trust Company 05, if you're there, you're with people that it's going to be more of an embrace than a pit. Like it is not, there's not going to be a lot of aggression. It might be like a few moments of like, yeah, we're all in it. But then it's lighters and hands in the air.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and also, as we said from the music video earlier and from what we saw at Disturbed, there could be some hotties dipping it low. Whatever you're feeling.
oh yeah, like a dip.
Oh yeah. Full dip. But when you're in your 20s, you could just do a dip like that and not like lose.
So
like,
let's just
bowel
say
control.
that they have their apple bottom jeans and their boots with the fur.
Yep.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the whole club was like looking at her, but
The whole
Trust Company is on.
Trust Company is on. Yes. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I know this is really long and this is an unimportant story, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
I love it.
I already love this story.
Mitch was DJing a wedding recently, and someone was like, play that song like to the windows, to the wall. And I said, Get Low. And they said, no. And I was like, that's the name of the song. And they were like, no, that's the one that says like get low, low, low. And I was like, no.
That's just low.
I was like, it's Get Low. And they're like looking it up. Mitch and this guy are like looking it up. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, go ahead and look it up. But it's Get Low. And they're like, oh, it is Get Low. And I put my hand in this guy's face and I shook it around. And I said, I fucking told you. I know these songs. And I was so mad. This person was a friend of ours. So it wasn't like just some random wedding.
Vice
I thought
President.
Joe Biden. This was when Obama was.
This was back when Obama was president.
That's right.
And Jenny took her hand and facepalmed Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And said, yeah, I know the difference between low and get low.
I was so mad. Anywho.
This was unrelated, but I'd heard about this wedding. My favorite story from that was the woman who didn't want to hear any country music and was yelling at Mitch about the country music that was being played.
Yes.
And then they told her that a little kid recommended, and she was like,
Yeah. Well, she was mad about the artist that was being played. And she came up to inform us that this artist had said something bad. And then Mitch was like, okay, well, that little kid asked to hear it. I didn't know that before I played it. We're in the middle of the song. What would you have me do? And she was like,
fine.
I can't be mad at a kid. So.
I like to imagine that she was like, that little kid wanted it, and then you all turned and he was like dancing.
That
like
is actually what happened. Yes, we looked over and the kid was like singing along and dancing, like having the best day of his life. And she was like, ugh. Just went to be mad.
What'd you think of Crossing the Line?
Yeah, it was a good song. It's a crossing what line?
Right.
The line.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
don't
date
know.
line, you'd be crossing the date line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a song about the international date line.
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Right. The equator is a
Mhm.
line of
Yeah.
sorts.
Yeah, crossing that line. Yeah. Oh, it's got real hot in here because I'm crossing the line.
Crossing that line.
Crossing the line.
That's right. That's right. Toilet flushes the other way now.
Ooh, now we've truly crossed the line.
Up next, we've got Silently. This is the sound of a football player getting dumped.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
This is the peak of the album for me, you guys, because this is the prime Nug song of the album.
mm-hmm.
And I wrote in my notes, give me that moon in the background. Give me those feelings. Give me those nugs.
I ate 2 nugs during that clip.
Absolutely. This is a
I
total.
would have eaten 20. in that.
We could have consumed all of the remaining nugs at this song. I wrote down that this is good music if you want to scream, but you're not a screamer, but you like the concept of screaming that's being discussed in the song, but you're not a screamer and you would never scream. And this song doesn't really scream either, but it mentions screaming. So that's the level of screaming that you need.
You mentioned the quiet scream.
The quiet scream. Well, this one doesn't even have a quiet scream. They just mention in the lyrics that they're screaming. There's a time the
Silently.
voice is screaming. It screams in me, inside of me, but I'm not screaming.
Silently.
Jenny, thoughts on Silently, and what was your combo?
Just hot mustard. And I also think this might be the best song on the album. It definitely is like, yeah, it just sounds like a football player getting dumped to me. And that could be taken as an insult, but it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a very like a normal processing of something bad. I think like
Mhm.
your feelings are hurt, but you have like a relatively healthy like mindset about it. So
Right.
you're just like upset in a
Mm.
way that is productive.
Right, yeah. Mhm.
Silently screaming.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're not a football player, just insert whatever you were.
No, you
in
have
11th
to play
grade.
football.
Oh, you have to play
It's
football?
100% a football.
Oh, you have
player.
to?
I'm sorry, Lorin, but
Okay.
I'm going to have to stop you on that one.
All right, VP.
You
Okay.
have to play football.
All right.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Now-
right.
And your
defi-
ball?
And you're in.
Bald, baby.
Yeah, your balls better be smooth as that football. American or otherwise.
Or rest of the world.
Rest
That's
of the
right.
world.
Whatever football means to you, better be smooth.
Better be. I also hot mustard comboed on this one. Because that's where I'm at right now. Matt?
Yep, I did barbecue. I did the tangy barbecue.
Okay.
And I will say, after you have hot mustard and the buffalo, your tang senses get blown out.
It's blown out, yeah.
Yep. So the tangy barbecue has no tang and is just straight up ketchup.
Mhm.
So I dipped it after that into hot mustard into the barbecue, and I was delighted. I
Wow.
double sauced
Wow. You know,
it silently.
whatever we eat for the rest of the day is
Oh.
all jacked. Like
Dude.
I'm not gonna trust whatever meal I have today. I'll be like, good or bad. I'll be like, I can't know for sure.
I've had I've 14-course meals that are shorter than what we're doing right now.
Oh boy. So true.
All right. Thank God there were no comments on songmeanings.com. All right.
We got all the comments we need
That's
right
right.
here. Okay. Got a couple songs left.
Okay.
Up next we've got Erased.
Being erased, that feels like a pretty new metal topic.
Definitely.
Definitely a worry. This one, I would say at this point, I'm on the ride, but I'm like, I get it, and I'm ready. I'm ready to finish my nugs and start going into my navigation system to get me home to bed. That's where I'm.
Agree.
Yeah. So this one, don't dislike it, don't love it. It's fine. We're all worried about being erased. I did the mystery sort of buffalo sauce, which basically is sort of like they realized that they went too far with the spicy buffalo and they tried to half measure it, and it's not better, but I appreciate the effort. That's where I stand on that one.
All right.
Johnny?
Hot mustard.
Okay.
And I agree. Erased, like, I mean, come on. What a common feeling. You can't just erase me.
No.
The VP.
The VP? The sauce queen?
The VP of sauce will not be erased.
Mm.
Yeah. I thought it was like, you definitely can feel the album's winding down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, still good.
There you go. Matt?
The formula is successful because it's a great formula.
Right.
But at the 11th song in, I am going, okay, yep. I did the spicy stuff to kickstart me to make sure that I have enough pep to get me home.
There you go. So this next song is technically on the compact disc, the final song of the album.
Oh, well, I'm going to ask right now, how respectful of our time is this album?
Oh,
Matt,
this album?
Matt.
39 minutes and 12 seconds. So just know that.
Just know
that
if you would have started this album in, like, you know, how you sync up the Wizard of Oz.
That's right. You would have
That's
gotten
right.
to us just getting to Draymond's Duster.
That's right. You would have made it from my house to being parked in Z Lot.
That's right. And you would have gotten to the end of this album.
If you would have gotten to the end of this episode and beyond.
Mm.
You could have had the whole Disturbed set experience.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could have done with your time,
Mm.
but you chose to spend it with us.
And we are grateful.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
And if your balls
Are hairy?
are
Are they
hairy.
hairy?
Once again, use promo code.
Buzz.
Buzz.
Look, don't make me have to get that promo code.
Wait a minute. Are you buying them full price?
No. I'm saying that we will, by the time this airs, have an affiliate link from that company. And now I'm going to have to make the affiliate link Buzz. Use keyword or use promo code Buzz.
Okay, so I'm kind of sorry but also that's really funny to me. It just, yeah, it's like I'm half sorry.
This is truly the most Roach Koach thing ever. Not promo code Roach Koach. Promo code Buzz Buzz.
Buzz Buzz. Buzz Buzz.
Buzz Buzz.
So
it could be Roach Koach Buzz Buzz.
Oh, well.
It's like in the Mighty Ducks too, when they're like, why can't we be the USA Ducks? And it's the worst suggestion for a team name that I've ever heard. Like, come on, coach, we want to be the Ducks. He's like, we're fucking representing the United States of America. Like, couldn't we be the USA Ducks? I wanted to throw him off the team when I heard that. 8. I was like, no, it can't be the USA Ducks, you idiot. Let me on the team. Buzz Buzz, Roach Koach.
Buzz Buzz, Roach Koach.
All right, so this is technically the last song on the album. Jenny, what's it called?
It's called Without a Trace.
Can you imagine just pulling into your driveway after a beautiful night drive Without a Trace playing? Mood's just right.
Oh man, you're gonna sit in the car for the last like minute and a half.
Yeah,
because you're like, I gotta see this thing through. And I mean, these lyrics: I'm holding out for anything floating here in space. I'm reaching out for anyone to save me from this place. I can't remember anything. I'm lost without a trace. Can't remember anything. I mean, Jenny, that's your motto.
Yeah, that's very true for me.
Yeah.
What was the name of this song?
Honestly, I couldn't have told you. I had to look at my computer screen.
Buzz Buzz.
Buzz Buzz, baby. My nuts are too hairy to remember a thing. If only there was a product that could help me with that.
Oh, if only. I went back to the honey mustard for this one, and I'm glad I did. Also, the spice of the mystery spice was still haunting me a bit, and I couldn't go back to hot mustard right away. I needed to cool my mouth down a little bit, and this was perfect for Without a Trace. And I'm glad that I did that. And yeah, this is a beautiful little final closer rocker. And I enjoyed it. Matt.
I enjoyed it too. Like I said, feels like you're pulling into the driveway. Feels like we've had a good night. But we're still.
You're always going to be a little bit, you know. This is we're marking time. We're figuring things out, but we haven't figured.
Definitely have not figured it out. But like, we're glad that we went on the night drive. And we're glad that we are back and that we aren't lost without a trace.
Absolutely. And then, because it couldn't have been 2005 without a secret track.
Secret track.
So
Don't tell anyone. Last track, hidden track. Retina.
So now I'm still in the driveway and this one comes on and I'm like,
out of the driveway.
Might be time to get the road. You're restarting the night drive over.
It's so funny because the last one does really just like sort of ease you out, and then it's like, so let's get another 20.
There was a point there in Without a Trace where I looked at my near empty carton of nugs and I was like, I could do more.
Well, Matt,
And
I have 3 left. If you want one.
No, but yes, of course I'm a human garbage can at the moment.
Hey, who isn't?
So what I noticed with this one is that Without a Trace, sort of taking you out, yes, you're done, but also retin. Where's a retin?
It's in your eye.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you need?
Good, I can pass them.
All right. I'm not done. Not done.
God.
That was the first question.
More specifically.
No. It's in the eye. But
of the beholder?
What do you have to do in order to see out of it? You have to open those eyes up to the future, because that's what this is about.
Wow. Got off of that train of thought a while ago. What?
Matt, you gotta be looking forward out of your eyes where the retina is located.
Yes.
Okay? Here, I'll just read these lyrics.
Okay.
If I could take one more, if all the worst from you, and as I fell, I pushed this all away. Get up off this floor, give it back to you. I know you wanted to take me. What they're saying is...
What?
But also, what they're saying is that all of the things that have been weighing them down.
Lorin's brain got spiced out by that mystery sauce.
Did you have another Mike Tyson?
No. I had on that one. I had the hot mustard. Did I? Oh no.
Oh no.
No, we've lost him. You see. Face.
You just started putting up pictures and connecting them with Yard, Lorin.
Wow.
I was trying to get to like a wake up sheeple thing, and it got away.
It did.
Much so.
It did. It did get away, and that's
there was
okay.
like 6 flat earthers being like, no, dog.
Yeah. A bunch of anti-vax people be like, nah, sorry, bro.
We're actually gonna go get vaccinated right now. I think I could use. I don't even care which one. Just vaccinate me. Sorry, RFK.
Oh my god. Oh wait, this song did have a song meaning comment. It's from Lane Staley 01. It's from February 12th, 2022. And it said, how in the world are there no comments?
Oh,
this song is great, and I love how Kevin Palmer goes go in the beginning of the song. Anyone here 2022? The answer is no, but we're here now.
2023 in the place to be.
My brain is fried by sauce. I still have 3 nuggets left. Maybe that might be part of it too. Jenny, where you stand on Retina? Please be coherent.
Wow. Okay. Well, as the VP of sauce and somebody with silky smooth, Matt's daughter is coming in and out of the room. I don't want to teach her anything. Like that. I just don't want to.
I don't want to teach you anything.
No, I mean, not of that nature. If you had any questions about being the VP of sauce,
I'm all ears.
Of course. I don't want it there. I think Without a Trace is the right way to end the album. I think if we're going to do Retina, we can have a 13-track album and pop that one.
I will say that if I was looking for an excuse to start the night drive over, Retina would get me there.
Mm-hmm.
But I also will say, if I'm starting this one on the night drive and I'm 12 songs deep and I hit that space between this and the next song, the secret song space, I might already have turned off the car and been in the house.
Would have remained a secret.
Yeah.
Would have remained Victoria's secret.
That's right.
Yes. Believe it or not, that brings us to the end of this album and is now the part of the show where we talk about
Canon Talk.
It's so lovely to hear you say that, Jenny. We'll start with you, Jenny. Trust Company, album 2, album 1 in the canon.
Yes. So I would not put this album in the canon. I don't think it's very new. I think it's like a solid album. I'm not mad that we listened to it. The first time I listened to it, I was in a really bad mood and I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to it subsequently, and this time especially, I really did enjoy it. But there wasn't really anything that like fully like captured me. It's fine, but nothing for the canon.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I noticed that basically they didn't feel any need to really change the formula from album 1. So I was like, okay, this is more of the Trust Company I already enjoy. But there was no like, we're going to mix things up a little bit. But then it's the question of, do I want them to? Do I want them to? Because what I had here, I very much enjoyed. You know, when Silently happened, I was just like, don't change a thing. Give me 12 more of these. Sure. Fine. Every couple of years, give me another Trust Company that sounds just like this. I wouldn't be mad at it. It's very smooth. These were such easy listens, the easiest of listens. I was never mad at it. But yeah, I wouldn't put anything for the canon. I don't think there was anything on here that was as strongly new metal as on the first record. And ultimately, I like the first record more. But I like this record. Yeah. So yeah, nothing for the canon. Matt?
I don't think anything for the canon on this one, but if there's a Night Drive Hall of Fame, put it in.
Yeah, these guys put a 2 for that, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And then finally, before we go, we'll just work it around. Jenny, what at the end of this journey, what are your final sauce rankings?
I have to rank all the sauces.
Rank your sauces, worst to best.
Worst to best. We're starting at the bottom.
You want to do best to worst?
No, I just wasn't anticipating going this way. So I'm going to go, worst was the ranch. I didn't try honey, but I'm going to assume the honey's the worst. Ranch, barbecue, sweet and sour, honey mustard. Then I'm going to go mystery spicy boy. Then I'm going to go mac sauce. Then I'm going to go spicy buffalo. And then I'm going to go hot mustard.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Matt?
I'm going to say the mac sauce was my least favorite, followed by the mystery spicy sauce because I had too much of a cayenne back end and it didn't really add the flavor. Then I would go sweet and sour. Oh, excuse me. Nope. Ranch, sweet and sour, honey mustard, tangy barbecue, spicy buffalo, hot mustard.
Okay. Bottom with a bullet is honey. You heard me, bees.
You're bald.
Whatever,
Buzzing
man.
Balls.
But-
Buzz, Roach Koach.
You know, here's the thing. My hair has balls. They get caught in them hairs. They won't be able to find me. Followed by ranch.
Mr. Ball.
Lorin has lost his mind.
The bees. Your defense system is that your balls are sorry that the bees are going to get lost.
Veritable form.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if a dead bee just fell out of your bush?
Oh my god.
That would be
You would
the
never
hookup
see,
of a lifetime.
never see that person again. You could.
I swear to God, Amber,
What?
I took his pants off.
Okay.
A dead bee.
What did you do?
I said the bee's gonna sting me or it's not. I wasn't scared.
You weren't scared.
I wasn't scared at all.
You weren't scared at all?
It was a honeybee.
Tracy, you're a psycho.
I know. Several bees fell out.
Yep.
They were lost.
Tracy, you're a psycho.
I know.
So when are you seeing him again?
Tomorrow night. Buzz.
Buzz.
Roach Koach.
Once again, that's manscaped.com. Whatever they do for your order, promo code BuzzBuzz. If I don't get that affiliate link by this point,
I'm sorry.
and somebody
sorry.
uses BuzzBuzz, I'm so happy for them.
And it works, yeah.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, so my sauce rankings. So honey, ranch, spicy buffalo, mac sauce, mystery buffalo, tangy barbecue, sweet and sour, honey mustard, hot mustard.
Wow.
Wow.
Hot
I'm-
mustard champ.
I'm a hot mustard convert, and maybe one day so will Catherine.
You know what?
Yeah,
Listen, if I can impact just one person,
just one.
it was all worth it.
It was all worth it. So thank you so much for listening to this incredible episode of Roach Koach.
Unbelievable.
Jenny, thank you so much for coming back for
Yeah,
this.
I'm sure everybody's like, wow, we really missed that.
I hope you come back soon. We need to have you come back because there's a Corn 3.
Oh, yeah.
You should come back for Corn 3.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So thank you so much for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Send us an email, roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your sauce rankings. We'd love to hear them. If you want to take a picture of yourself eating nugs in your car, be safe. But sir, send them over. We'd love to see them. And until next time, Jenny, thank you.
Lorin, thank you.
Matt, thank you.
Buzz.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Roach Koach
Podcast.
Hot all day, every day. It's the Roach Koach
Podcast.
all day, every day.